JeffMAC.
What is up, hooligans? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans. Make sure you guys hit that like button, get everybody in the chat. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we're going to make sure everything's running smoothly. We're going to be starting off with a video titled, Should Landlords Be Mandating Veganism? Apparently there's landlords out there that will try and make it so you can't cook meat in your house if you're renting from them. That sounds crazy to me. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess it is. Then we have a video titled Titanic Submarine Search. Updates on what's going on with that. They have not found those people yet, and they're able to provide more details and who's all on the vessel. Then we have a video from First Responder Media showing what's been going on the border last 24 hours. 119 illegals from 12 different countries coming across. Let's see. Then we have a video titled Hunter Biden agrees to plead guilty on tax gun charges. He isn't getting anything. He's not getting anything. What about his laptop? Now I want to talk about that. And then we have a video titled Artificial Intelligence Set to Answer Portland's Non-Emergency Calls. As if Portland wasn't bad enough, now AI is picking up the phone because nobody else wants to. Then we have a video titled California's New Legislation May Append Capitalism in the U.S. California, I don't know what they're doing out there. I don't know who's worse, New York or California. Then we'll be wrapping things up with a video titled Biden's Electric Vehicle Agenda Can't Go Forward Without China. No surprises there. No surprises there. They're butt buddies with old man Walter. Alright, let's make sure everything's running smoothly. What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Matthew? What's up, Tony? And my chat just refreshed. What's up, Air Force? What's up, Daryl? What's up, Matthew? What's up, Nurse? What's up, Elisa? What's up, Robert? Thank you so much, Ball, for continuing the membership program for 16 months. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, Ball. Thank you. What's up, Paco? Thank you so much, F-Body Bill, for continuing the membership program for 15 months. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you. Thank you. You guys are awesome. What's up, Susan? What's up, Mitchell? What's up, No Mandates? Happy freedom. What's up, Ghost? What's up? Oh, my chat keeps refreshing. What's up, Kimmy? What's up, Super Kendall? Appreciate you all being here. Make sure you hit that like button. What's up, everyone on the secret YouTube channel? What's up, Shadow? What's up, Craig? Happy freedom. Craig, I love my AI here in PDX. Yeah. I remember that time when Behind Enemy Lines and them were surrounded by Antifa and they were in a parking garage and Antifa had pushed dumpsters all around the car so they couldn't see anything, and they called 911, and they were like, are you guys going to send someone out? And they were like, well, we're not really sure. Everyone's really busy. We don't know if we're sending anyone out. And I remember thinking how crazy that was. Now AI is picking up the phone. It's super nuts. What's up, everyone on Twitch? What's up, Mr. Beansy Beans? You're first over here. What's up, Snooks? Happy freedom. What's up, everyone on Kick? Oh, Odyssey. Come on, man, do the thing. What's up, everyone on Odyssey? What's up, Nefties? Happy freedom. And Rumble. Looks like Rumble's working. What's up, Pumpkin? What's up, Joe? What's up, Astral Hammer? What's up, Amanda? It says live stream ended. What? No. What's up, Rasta? What's up, Hair Juicer? Appreciate you hooligans being here. Astral Hammer, did you see that Michigan bill thing I told you I was going to post on Gilded? I posted it everywhere. Some people tried to argue on Twitter about it, about that House bill in Michigan making it so, basically if you say she and it should have been he, then you just committed a hate crime and you're going to do 10 years in prison. Yeah, no problem, Astro Hammer. What's up, everyone on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Cassandra? Happy freedom. It's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? We might have to have tacos today. I love tacos. That's what he said. Anyways, we're starting off with a very short video because it's the 5 and I don't want to sit here and hear them cackle and talk to each other. But their context is talking about, should landlords be mandating veganism? Let's go ahead and get her started.
A self-described wonderful vegan landlord, and that's a quote, in New York City, is getting roasted after banning prospective tenants from cooking meat or fish in their apartment. She says she doesn't want the smell drifting upstairs into her own home. Some experts say the practice is not illegal and is similar to banning smokers. And that's not all the vegan-induced craziness. PETA is getting mocked after tweeting this gem, quote, "Supremacy is at the root of why people think it's okay to eat other animals." All right.
Well, there's a whole lot going on there in that short little clip. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should landlords be allowed to tell you what to cook inside your rental space? Should they have authority over that? And do you think that eating animals is a form of supremacy? We're just going to start off like that. Wacko says, thanks for the membership. I remember seeing you comment on a video. I can't remember who had gifted them out. It could have been Mike, it could have been Snooks, but I appreciate you being here. What's up, Anthony? Happy freedom. What's up, Dana? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Sandra? Everybody's making their way in. Matthew, Soylent Green Times. I don't know. It's quite that bad. Matthew, more communism. It does feel like communism, doesn't it? Monkey's Vaughn says nope. Diane, I'm a vegan and I don't support PETA. Man, I think I'll put some steaks out for dinner now. Oh, I love steak. Paul, I eat vegan animals only. That's nice and considerate. That's thoughtful. Ghost, human supremacy. Right, we're the top of the food chain. Now the animals are getting reparations. It's terrible. All the bunny rabbits. Mitchell, I'll cook out back. Yeah, saying the landlord's a vegan, and so you live downstairs, they don't want you cooking meat because they don't want to smell it. That seems illegal to me. But they go on to talk about how they don't think it's illegal, and some of those people on the 5 support it. They think that should be something that should be going on a regular basis. Happy freedom, Nikki. Appreciate you being here. Alex, meth. Yeah, shouldn't be cooking meth, I guess. I guess there is some stipulations to dictate what you're cooking. Yeah, don't cook meth in the house, I guess. That's a good point. That's a good point, Alex. Yeah, don't be cooking meth. What's up, Impreza? Happy freedom. Oh, you're not late. You're not late. We just got started. The video we shared was only 30 seconds long, so you're not that late. How do you say your name? Hugadia? Probably not, but that's what we're going with. What do you call animals that eat whatever they want? Rich people. Yep, exactly. Matt had 2 goats come home from freezer camp. Got lots of meat. That's awesome. From what I hear, eating goat is like really good. I've had goat's milk, but I've never ate goat meat. From what I understand, it's like really good. Diane, but there's vegan meat that smells like real meat, especially after you add spices. I assume if your landlord is such a Karen that they're dictating what you're cooking on the stove, they probably wouldn't believe you. You know, if you're cooking a veggie burger or whatever they are, they'd probably still come downstairs and give you the business about it. What's up, Marvin? Happy freedom. Giggling spy for PETA, success would be the end of pets and domesticated animals. Yeah, I love watching South Park just rip into PETA. What's up, GuessMJ? Happy freedom. Hugo Diaz, thank you for letting me know. Paul, some mutton? I don't know, that sounds racist. I don't know why. It's hardcore. It's hardcore. What's up, Jamie and Deborah? Happy freedom. What's up, Cinderella? Appreciate you being here. Shadow, if the cow is grass-fed or grain-fed, then the meat is vegan. That's right. Craig, meth doesn't count here. Craig, they'll send a dog robot to respond to the 911 call. I didn't even think of that. They're going to make the whole police force AI. They're like, well, you guys don't want to defund the police? Fine, we'll make them all robots. Mr. Beansy Beans, Fox is getting more communist. Yeah. It seems like Newsmax is climbing their way to the top of mainstream news. Although they come after me for showing their videos. I get copyright flags and stuff all the time, and then I gotta cut it out of the lives. But as long as you're here while we're live, you'll get to see it. Nefties, you don't think landlords should be able to dictate what you got cooking on your stovetop? Hair juicer, meth is vegan. Is it kosher though? Is meth kosher? I don't think so. Amanda, goat's milk and meat is awesome for us. Goat's soup is fantastic as well. I think that's what I used to work at this road repair place, and my boss was very much into self-sustaining. So he had like solar panels and windmills and goats and chickens and all kinds of stuff. And I would go out and work on their farm and whatnot. I was the only employee that worked for them, so I was doing everything. I was cutting pipe out of the ceiling, digging holes, pouring cement, cutting the grass. I mean, I was doing everything out there. I was doing some chemistry and stuff. Not meth. Okay, I wasn't doing meth, but I was making some road repair products and whatnot. But they were always bringing in goat's milk. They were always talking about eating goat's meat and having goat soup and all that stuff. Goats are alright. They smell funny, and they pee on themselves because they think it makes them pretty, but they're alright. They're alright. Cassandra, I was vegan for 2 years. I never felt the need to pose my life choices onto others. Yeah, and I feel like the more time that goes on, the more entitled everyone gets, and it really kills me. It really kills me. I can't stand people being so entitled. It's fine in funny ways, but when you're just forcing others to play your games, I don't know. What's up, Soul for Real? Happy freedom. James, we need the RoboCop. I'm waiting for superheroes. Like, when are we getting superheroes? Can I identify as a superhero? Is that how that works? I need to figure this out before Michigan passes that bill. I gotta get my stuff together. Can't be getting charged with hate crimes. Be like, excuse me, sir. Officer's like, get on the ground. Taser, taser. It's no good. Diane, goat cheese is great. Yeah, I've never had that. Back across social media was a mistake. Yeah, it should be regulated, I think. I mean, I don't really want the government involved in our stuff, but governments are using social media for overreach, so the least they could do is protect us from ourselves. We're a little bit too stupid. Overindulging in social media, and that's caused us to be self-entitled and to treat each other poorly, to just not treat each other right. We act like life's a meme, and we just treat each other accordingly. Although in public you don't see a whole lot of people doing a lot of verbal interaction because they don't have nothing nice to say and they're waiting to get home and get on the internet and just say all the mean stuff online. But in person it'll be real quiet because they know you're not getting blocked in person. Getting a good old-fashioned punch in the face. Gotta make those punches in the face great again. Jamie and Deborah, I grew up on goat's milk. I have a milk allergy. Yeah, I don't drink regular milk. I haven't drank regular milk in like 5 or 6 years because it just doesn't make me feel good. With all the different stomach problems I have, I don't feel good. But if I drink goat's milk, I seem to be fine. The noise. I wish to God I could read that out loud. You're right. You're right. Yep. Socialist men love it. That's the only kind of meat they'll eat. What's up, Life Like? Happy Freedom. What's up, Dennis? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Miss Jamie? Alright. We're going to be moving on to this next video. I got quite a few, so I shouldn't be stalling too much. Not that I'm stalling. I enjoy our conversations we have. I got to keep things balanced, though. Cassandra goat cheese is the best. It has a tangy, salty flavor. I'll have to try some. So this next one's titled Titanic Submarine Search. This is just more details about what we started yesterday. We covered this yesterday, kind of expressing what has happened. This vessel goes and explores the Titanic as a tourist attraction. Costs $250,000 to go. Takes a few hours, and they've been missing like over 24 hours, and I guess the vessel is only good for like 60 hours or something like that. And so I don't know, everyone's becoming worried because they can't find the vessel.
A Canadian C-140 Aurora from 14 Wing Greenwood, along with a Coast Guard vessel, are among those involved in a search for a tourist sub that has not made contact since diving to the Titanic wreckage site over the weekend. 5 people are reported to be on board. Joining us now is Beth Penny, a reporter at NTV in St. John's, who has been covering the story since it broke yesterday morning. Good morning, Beth. What's the latest information you have this morning?
Good morning, Amanda. Well, I wish I had, more positive news to report this morning, but we do know that the search, the international search now, is still ongoing. Both the Canadian Coast Guard and the U.S. Coast Guard are involved, sending several vessels as well as aircrafts, to the site. The U.S. Coast Guard gave an update yesterday afternoon and did confirm, like you mentioned, that there are 5 people on board this submersible, which is about 7,000 kilometers off the coast of Newfoundland, about 3 kilometers deep under the Atlantic Ocean. So that's the update this morning, that the search is ongoing. The U.S. Coast Guard says, of course, what makes this search extremely challenging is that they are searching under the water as well as on the surface of the water. They remain hopeful because they do say that they're using a lot of sonar technology. That's the latest as well. A lot of sonar technology, including sonar buoys that are being placed in the water. And of course, that's to catch any noise that might be coming from the vessel itself. They said people on board might also be trying to make some noise just to be heard through that sonar technology.
Continues to be a developing story, as you mentioned. We know this tour costs about $250,000. What do you know about the identity of the 5 people on board?
So officials aren't giving the names of those on board right now, but we have confirmed that a British billionaire Hamish Harding is on board. That was confirmed through social media posts as well as a post from his stepson online. It's being widely reported that Stockton Rush, who's the CEO of OceanGate, is also on board. That hasn't been confirmed. We have had multiple questions into OceanGate if that is true or not, but it has been widely reported, as well as a father and son from Pakistan who are also reportedly on board. That has been confirmed through social media posts from family, as well as Paul Henry Nargeolet. He's a former commander who served in the French Navy for 25 years. He was confirmed actually through a Facebook post that Hamish Harding had posted online before taking off on the expedition. However, the U.S. Coast Guard says that they aren't providing these names so far, but many family members have been taking to social media to express, their thoughts and prayers.
Okay, I want to talk about the conditions inside this sub. It's quite small, and as I understand it, you spoke with two men who have done a similar dive. They were in your newsroom yesterday. Can you tell us about what they said about the experience?
Certainly. So we spoke with Larry Daly, who had taken a similar expedition. Actually, this weekend it will be the 20th anniversary of his expedition to view the Titanic wreckage, as well as Colin Taylor, who took this exact expedition just last summer, he and his son. Of course, they say that this is just, a heart-wrenching situation. They described the inside of the submersible, the Titan submersible, to be about the size of a minivan. So inside, there's no seating, there's no real facilities, nowhere to make food, anything like that. It's very, very enclosed space, which both Larry and Colin Taylor described as what makes the situation even, more terrifying. They did say that, especially Larry Daly told us that, the technology on board just 20 years ago, even 20 years ago was significant. So he said that he's hopeful that, all the latest technology that will be on board all these 20 years later will really help, search officials find this submersible.
We're certainly hoping for that as well. Finally, as I understand it, St. John's is the launching pad for these adventures. What is the feeling today and yesterday around your community?
Certainly, it has been a hub over the last few years, St. John's Harbour, for these kinds of expeditions. What we're hearing from the community is just everyone truly thinking and hoping for the safe return of this crew. We have heard from experts that they're still very hopeful that this submersible will be found. They said, a positive note is that, they know whereabouts to look. It's not simply a missing vessel and, that could be anywhere. They do have a good starting point, as well. This is a submarine that wants to be found. So that's another thing that experts have indicated. But of course, the community here is people are scared of what could happen, but I think everyone is trying to remain hopeful. I don't know if I mentioned that yesterday, the Coast Guard said that there would be about 96 hours of oxygen on board. So yesterday, they said it could be at that time between 70 to 96 hours. So it's really, a race against the clock right now.
Developing story, Beth. We do truly appreciate your time this morning with these updates. That was NTV's Beth Penny with the latest on submarine.
Well, no good news there. No good news. That stuff is rough. 5 people. There's a couple things that are weird about that whole deal. They said there's 5 people in there, but they don't know who it is, and then they listed everyone that was on the vessel. And I don't know if that's just speculation, but they seem like pretty convinced that those individuals listed the billionaire, the father and son from Pakistan, the CEO of OceanGate. Like, they listed pretty much everybody on board right after saying they don't know who's on board. So that was kind of weird. And then they mentioned that this is a sea vessel or a submarine or whatever they're calling it that wants to be found. Where does that information come from? The will to live? Are they hearing anything. Like, I don't know. That was like a weird statement. And then this thing goes into the ocean and finds the Titanic and makes it back on a regular basis as a tour trip. But there's no GPS. There's no way to reach out. They have Starlink on board, but they can't find it. I don't know. There's just like a lot of really weird stuff about this whole situation. On top of like putting yourself in their shoes and thinking about how scary that would be. You're on a vessel, you're in the ocean, there's no one, I mean, there's people trying to save you, but if you're cut off from the world, you don't know that. And so you're just down there in the darkness, and it's probably cold. The vessel's running out of steam, you know, whatever it has keeping it going, because they said there's a limited amount of time till whatever. It loses power, it loses its resources to continue on. And then they talk about how there's 5 individuals down there and there's no bathroom. So you're in a small enclosement, you're in the ocean, you don't know if help's coming. Everyone's panicking, I assume. Everyone's in duress. And then you gotta take a crap all of a sudden. What do you do? What do you do? And so I can't figure out, like, the worst part of the story. It just sounds terrible. The whole situation sounds terrible. I wouldn't pay $250,000 to go do that. There's no way. I don't know. Shirley, don't describe it. Yeah, it's not good. It sounds terrible. There's no way I would want to go do that. Storm. Happy Freedom, Storm. It's gotta suck. Yeah, for real. Paul, the air would be cold and saturated. Yeah. Well, think about running out of air. That's another thing, is if everything shuts down, you got 5 people in a small airtight enclosement. Like, how fast do you think you run out of air? It just, I don't know. Sounds terrible. And they've been down there over 24 hours. Somebody had to use the bathroom by now. Matthew, it's their first launch. It's messed up. Mo Freedom, there's a bathroom on the vessel. I'm pretty sure they said there's not a bathroom on the vessel. That there's no facilities. There's no bathroom. There's no way to make food or anything like that. What's up, Fitzy? Happy Freedom. Matt, no food, no water, no bed, no bathroom. Yeah. In a big steel coffin near the Titanic. See, they paid to be a part of the legend. Yeah, unfortunately. Matthew, you can't see down there. It's pitch black. See, that would be terrible. You're in a small vessel. Power goes out. You've run out of resources. You can't even see out the little glass window because everything's pitch black out there. You're just in the darkness with 5 strangers. Terrible. It would be terrible. And then they said they're searching for them with sonar just in case they're banging on the walls so they can pick up the sound of them in duress. There's no part of this story that sounds good. Toluvian. Hope nobody had Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. Just side note. Just stick the sticky note on there. What's up, K-Love? Happy Freedom. You think they're frozen if they're down there? They might be. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. What's up, message? What's up, 2 Ruby Shoes? Happy Freedom. 2 Ruby Shoes. If I had $250,000 to piss away, I'd find a better way to enjoy myself. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like being in the sky. I don't like being in the water. I have no intentions of going to outer space. I wouldn't be doing any of that stuff with $250,000. What's up, Sam? Happy Freedom. What's up, Livid Review? Appreciate you guys being here. Never comply. Lack of oxygen would result in being unconscious. Yeah, I think you would just fall asleep. I don't. Yeah, from the carbon dioxide. I think everyone would just fall asleep. What's up, baby boomer? Happy freedom. On vacation. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Daryl. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Raja? Alright, we're going to move on to this next one. This is from First Responder Media. I think he's taking his lives and cutting them up. This video is just under 3 minutes long. Going through everyone across the border last night.
Country? Country? India? 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 Everybody from India? India? You guys? India? India? Oh, everybody from India tonight. Last 2 nights has been heavy on India. País? Brasil. País? Brasil. Nepal. ¿De qué país? Paraguay. Country?
Nepal.
Paraguay. Dominicano. Country? Nepal.
India.
China.
India.
China. Country? India? What state are you going to?
English.
Where?
English.
What state?
Bangladesh.
You're Bangladesh? You're from Bangladesh, not India. What state are you going to?
India.
But what state in the United States? You're going to New York, California, where?
California.
California?
Yes. California.
California?
California.
California?
California.
California?
California.
Where? Where are you going to?
California. New York.
New York?
Georgia.
You're going to Georgia? Where to?
Well, everybody pouring in. Free ride into America, where you want to go. Give you some money. Give you an iPhone. Here's a new pair of Jordans and a Red Cross blanket. It's no good. Coming from Nepal, India, China. What's up, Freckles? Happy freedom. So happy you share First Responder Media. Oh yeah. When we did the convoy, everybody that was around that we'd put on the screen, we'd just send the whole chat over there to go show them love and stuff. So First Responder Media, they know that we show their stuff. Oreo Express, there's a few of them. There was a guy where we like boosted his whole channel. What was his name? I can't think of his name now. It's something deplorable or something, but they were at a Mega Million March and they had like just started a new channel And we put them on the live, and then like the next day they had like 10,000 subscribers, and they were like shouting us out and stuff. Yeah, we have a system. We have a system working along there. But yeah, First Responder Media, he's like constantly updating us on the border. So all those people coming across wanting free stuff. Back cross, just wait. 2030, it's coming in hot. Yep. Zerk, so nobody from Canada? I don't think I've heard of anybody from Canada crossing through the southern border. What's up, Trigger Crazy? Happy freedom. I see my likes and stuff ain't working. It said there was only like 95 people in the chat and like 30 likes, and I was like, what is going on here? And I refreshed the page and my numbers were wrong. Mitchell, we ain't making it to 2030. I don't know what things are going to be like then. I'm worried about this whole hate crime thing they're doing in Michigan. Because if they're doing it here, they're going to do it everywhere. And accidentally saying he instead of she, that doesn't deserve 10 years in prison. But that's what they're pushing. Faded, that's what I was talking about. It's Pleb Media. We like boosted their old channel during the MAGA Million March. That was awesome. And I think they were the ones that captured that guy getting stabbed. See, YouTube used to not be as soft as it is now. We used to see people get stabbed on the live. And it like wasn't even a big deal. It was like just another day. Sure crazy. Oh yeah, who's Cheers and Beers? He has another channel. I can't remember what it's called now. That was in Canada for the Canadian convoy. Yeah, we were covering them. All them guys. Ted, yeah, I've seen Anthony go live at the border and stuff. We haven't covered him on the live because he's always doing it at weird times. Well, it's probably not weird for their local time zone, but for me, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and they're live, and I'm like, no, I gotta get up in the morning and do stuff. Yeah, get some J. Those are the pronouns I use for those I see at Walmart. That way everybody's identified correctly. Mitchell, new voters. Yep. That's why they're trying to do away with the ID and all that. It's all coming together. Must be nice to come here and get free stuff, because I know to come here and work and be held accountable to the law, it's not that fun. Yeah, Faded. Yep. I think it was a Proud Boy that got stabbed. You know, you were there. You know. You know, Faded. Faded, you need to get Apex or Fortnite or something so we can be gaming it up. Since Warzone went woke on us. Diablo's in the same boat. Can't hate on Warzone and turn around and play Diablo. They're made by Activision. Gotta boycott them as a whole. 2 Ruby Shoes, I could use some freebies. Yeah. Getting free stuff is always nice. Demanding free stuff is where America is, unfortunately. It's the entitlement. Never comply. Lowe's is blaring announcements in foreign languages. I think I've only been to a Lowe's like once or twice. There used to only be Home Depot in Ludington. There's a Lowe's there now, but I've been to Home Depot a million times, but I've only been to Lowe's like once. Yeah, never comply. It seems like we don't fit in anywhere in our own country. And that's starting to not feel real great. Oh, Kevin, yeah. Some people call them bug out bags. A lot of people here just call them to-go bags. Because it's time to go. Oh, Kevin, I have that stuff. Life straws and filters and all that. I have lots of that stuff. Me and my friend Mello, that's kind of what we do for Christmas, is we buy each other, like, survival stuff. Med packs and all that. John, just don't talk to people with blue hair. See, and that's where we started, is if they are visibly a part of the rainbow, you just let them be on their own and don't interfere with your good day you got going on. But now if the landlord tells you can't cook meat, and the government says that he is a hate crime, or she saying he or she is a hate crime with a penalty of 10 years in prison, then you can no longer really avoid just having conversation from the rainbow walkers of the world. Now they're like affecting your life directly. And so it's, I don't know. They won't be happy till there's violence in the street. Let's flip it through the chat right before we make it to our next video. Mr. Beansy Beans, Americans deserve freebies more than anyone. Veterans do. I know that. We shouldn't be allowing people to come here from other countries illegally and giving them free stuff when we have veterans that are addicted to drugs and they're homeless and they're having issues and they're not getting the help they need. Let alone just regular homeless Americans. I mean, we're not doing things in order here. Not at all. I don't think we should be letting anybody get free stuff that's not an American until we have all the Americans taken care of. Then we be like, okay, you need some sanctuary, you need some help, you need to be liberated from your oppressive country, dictatorships and all that, then okay, we'll help you. But until we get Americans all tip top, I don't think we should be doing any of that stuff. Backcross new Tucker just dropped. Awesome. Thanks for letting me know. I'll check it out after the live. Kevin, what'd you do to your hand? First you broke your foot, now your hand. I shouldn't say anything. It's hard to break stuff when you don't leave the house. If I break something, it's Cat Daniel's fault. He's abusing me. Jesus, Shanti. Good Lord. You just can throw that out on a Tuesday. Well. Alright, so this next video is titled, Hunter Biden agrees to plead guilty on tax and gun charges. This whole thing is... This whole thing is stupid. Now you're going to have all the softies out there saying, oh, the government's not biased. They just prosecuted old man Walter's son, blah, blah. As if this little slap on the wrist would do anything. It kind of makes me mad because if you go and you lie on a gun application and you receive a firearm, that is a huge crime. And you're deserving of prison time and stuff. Yeah, old man Walter's kid out here doing that. He's not going to do any jail time. And old man Walter's saying we need to ban assault weapons and have universal background checks and all. What are you talking about? Your son's out here lying on gun applications. I don't know. It makes me upset.
So here is the breaking news regarding the president's son, Hunter. Hunter Biden apparently has reached a tentative deal with federal prosecutors to plead guilty to 2 minor tax crimes and admit to the facts of a gun charge under terms that would likely keep him out of jail. That's according to the Washington Post and court papers that have been filed as of today, Tuesday, June 20th, 2023. Hunter Biden, age 53, might appear in court to enter a plea on that. Any proposed deal, I'm reading now, any proposed deal would have to be approved by a federal judge. It's not immediately clear as to whether or not Hunter Biden might appear in court to enter his guilty plea. That's what we're breaking right now. In a nutshell, that is the headline, Dana.
And David Weiss is the U.S. attorney there in that district. Leo Wise is the one who signs this document here that I'm looking at. Looks official to me, basically saying that to Keith Kincaid, the clerk's office, that this is the decision that's been made. And pretty remarkable because, for so long, the White House has insisted that Hunter never did anything wrong. They would try to punt things over the Justice Department, but they would comment on things like that. We have reached out to the White House. We're waiting for a response on that. I'm sure we will. I'm hoping that we will get one.
So we have known for some time, or at least it's been reported, that Biden's team, Hunter Biden's team, has said that he had paid the back taxes to the IRS. And our legal minds have told us that oftentimes in these cases, when you pay your back taxes, it's essentially admission of guilt. So if you were to go before the judge would be leaning on you because you essentially did your time in terms of paying the money, and you could avoid jail time because of that.
Right. And that is also in accordance with what you were talking about, the minor gun charge. Remember, this has to deal with the fact that he applied for a gun permit but lied on the application. And there has to be some consequence for that, and perhaps this is a way for them to avoid jail time for the president's son, Hunter Biden. This is, I say it's unprecedented. I don't want to say it's the first in history for a criminal charge to be made against a president's son while he's in office. So we have some precedents that we are making right here.
I would agree on that. Just further into the piece here now from the Washington Post, Biden will admit to illegally possessing that gun. After his purchase 5 years ago, 2018, as part of the admission, he will enter a diversion program that we were just referring to, which is a lesser sentence that typically applies to people who have a substance issue. And at the time that he put in his application, he had a substance abuse problem that he lied about on the application. He was able to get the gun. Prosecutors would then recommend 2 years of probation and diversion conditions. Now, if he meets the conditions of the program, the diversion program, the gun charge then is removed from his record. So it's essentially expunged after 24 months, and it does not appear as some sort of federal charge or felony charge.
And just further to your point, this is one of the reasons that people do decide to make a plea deal to try to get this behind them. Hunter Biden is 53 years old. He charged with illegally possessing a handgun in 2018 and failure to timely file and pay taxes in 2017 and 2018. We'll see if we can get John Levine here as well from the New York Post. He knows this story inside and out. But one of the questions has been the question of how much money Hunter Biden was getting. And we know that some of that money was some of the money that was coming in was wired to different family members. You know, Bill, one of the things is if you get a decision like this, does it answer the question, or do you get to get the answers to who is the big guy? You have to imagine that Bob Alinsky, what is he thinking this morning as this all news comes to fruition? Where from the beginning, if you remember the 51 security officials who said the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation. And now we get to this result today.
Yeah, and you think about the political aspects of this, Dana, and if that case moves forward that just you referred to, but these two cases are resolved. You're what, 16 months away from really the heat of a national election that Joe Biden plans to fully participate in. And if you can take this issue off the table, does that help you politically during that campaign? One could argue yes, if it's resolved.
He also recently, in the recent past, changed lawyers. Do you remember that? So he had a legal team, and then he changed lawyers. He went with Abby Lowell. And there's so many investigations. I have to make sure I've got this right, that it's the right one. But the White House initially, at least the Biden camp, was reportedly unhappy with that new Hunter Biden legal team because they didn't like their approach. If you're running for president of the United States for re-election, and your son is going to be indicted and possibly face jail time, I would imagine if they thought this was coming, that this was the best thing to do to get this done now in, 14 months before?
16 roughly.
Months
what is
before
it, June?
The general election?
Yeah, roughly 16, that's right. So the questions that have not been answered, however, is what was going on with the Ukrainian energy company and what was going on with the money from China. And there are Republicans who will argue that you're not going to get answers on that so long as Joe Biden is in the White House and Merrick Garland is the Attorney General. That may or may not be the case, but that's oftentimes they've come onto our program and argued that. Recall in December of 2020, okay, that's a couple weeks after the election's decided, FBI agents approached Hunter Biden to talk to him about his finances. So now we are 2.5 years on from that interview, and we don't have a conclusion on that. But at that time, December of 2020, that's when he publicly confirmed that he was under investigation. Also at the time, a spokesperson for the president said that he had never even considered being involved, that's a quote now, in business with his family, nor in any overseas business whatsoever. And this question has come up repeatedly on behalf of Jackie Heinrich and Peter Doocy, and the president has been rather consistent on his answers. I believe just recently he suggested that was a dumb question, and he's had various responses to that that are sardonic, sarcastic along the way.
Well, Hunter Biden, he ain't getting nothing. No talk of the laptop. No talk about child support. I can't believe he's getting a plea deal on illegally purchasing a firearm to where he's not going to get jail time. Like, you might get a plea deal being a regular person, but it's going to be a matter of years. How many years are you pleading for? There's no plea deal where you're going to pay the price and not go to jail. Not for gun stuff. Not here in Michigan, at least. Michigan has like a 0 gun tolerance. If you break any gun law, you're getting like maximum time. It's messed up. Wesley Snipes got 2.5 years in prison for the exact same crime that Hunter Biden was just found innocent for. That cross media, that's crazy. That's crazy. Man, I thought no one was above the law. Only if you're a Biden. Fitzy, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't want to talk about the laptop. And it took him 2.5 years just to do this. Just to get this far. Just to give him a slap on the wrist and some fees. Kevin, why are they screwing around with these people? They're too dangerous to be left alive, yeah. Because they run the show. They run the show. They do what they want. He should be doing major time. Like, he should be doing so much time that they'd have to consider whether he'll be alive to get out or not. Just for those charges, let alone everything on the laptop and all that stuff. What I think is crazy is they act like him admitting to being guilty is enough. They're like, as long as he pleads guilty, he'll get no time. What about him being guilty? Like, they act like as long as he participates in the song and dance, then he won't get any time. It's the song and dance itself that is why he should get some time. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. It's just, the world doesn't feel like a good place. HG, wonder how the media will cover this, or will they? They'll say that he submitted to the law, that he, whatever. He, I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. Either way, they're going to say he complied, and he went and did what he was supposed to do, and that the Orange Eagle should do the same. That's what they're going to say. They're going to make Hunter Biden look like a better person than Orange Eagle on the media. I think that's what they'll do. As they'll say, the Orange Eagle is denying these allegations against him, these 37 charges of nonsense and blah, 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 blah. He's denying it. He's fighting it. His attorneys are fighting it. Whatever. And they're going to be like, but Hunter Biden was accused of a crime and he just went and pled guilty and did what he was supposed to do because he's such a stand-up citizen. Da-da-da-da-da. I think that's how they'll sell it. Sam, this will distract them from looking into his father's taking bribes. Yeah, I guess that's true too. Look over here, don't look over there. Don't worry about old man Walter's bribes. Hunter Biden's going down for... He ain't even going down. He's getting convicted of gun crimes and tax nonsense. Dana, everything's so messed up right now. Yeah. Somebody is banging loud on that door out there. They better not come on my door and do that. Robert, this will wake up more sheep. We'll see. Some people are really dumb. And I forget how dumb people are until I post something on Twitter. That's when I remember. That's when I'm like, oh yeah. These idiots out here, they do exist. They are real. Mayor, Daddy's boy Hunter. He's a good boy. I know they always talk about him like he's a child. Like Biden's son, who's a 50-year-old man smoking crack, purchasing firearms illegally. So for real, like father, like son. And then the news thing that we just covered, they were saying that they think they're trying to get it all wrapped up before it's time to start campaigning and all that. I don't know. I don't think that stuff will matter. It's funny how allegations and charges bring down the Biden family in the polls, but Orange Eagle getting charges and allegations brings his numbers up in the polls. It's because the American people know. The ones that ain't soft and stupid. Those soft and stupid people, I can't believe half the things they say. True be shoes, if that was us, there'd be no plea. Off to jail you go. Yeah, even with a plea deal, you'd be doing jail time. There's no getting out of jail time when it comes to lying on an application for guns. I don't understand how that worked, though. He went to a gun store, lied on the application, and still received the gun. Did they not do a NICS check? Did they not call the FBI? And the FBI was like, oh yeah, we know who that is. No, you can't give him a gun. Did they bypass that somehow? Livid review. At the time, I'm sure he still has an addiction. Yeah, I think so too. That's how he got out of it. That was his plea, is saying, oh, he was abused, he was whatever, on drugs. They call it substance abuse, but that's just watering it down. This person was on drugs. They should just call it what it is. It's like the people that hurt kids. They're trying to call it MAPS now. No, don't do that. Do not normalize that stuff. Those are bad people. You call them bad people. So this guy's a drug addict. So because he was a drug addict, he lied on the application, got a gun, broke the law, committed a felony. Slap on the wrist because he was a drug addict. I don't understand enabling all the drug addicts. I do not get that at all. It's not a disease. They say, oh, it's a disease. No, it's not. It's you're suffering from your poor decisions. That's what it is. You made the bad decision. Now you're addicted to drugs. Darn. It's not a disease. Like, just changing the definitions of stuff. By the way, you're a drug addict? Nah, we're not going to give you as much time. Here's some probation. You'll get 2 years probation for lying on an application to purchase a firearm, while dad's out here screaming that we need to ban assault weapons. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense to me. Not at all. Holy, somebody got moderated over on Rumble? Must have been doing some bad things. Hey, thanks for being here, Cassandra. You be safe out there. Miss Jamie, you're going to do at least a year. Oh, yeah. For gun crimes? Yeah. Z, well, it's a mental illness. That's the other thing that's going on. I see that a lot, too. Is being a drug addict was a disease, and now it's becoming a mental illness. Now they're saying, well, they're this, that, and the other. My friend just died. Okay, my friend just died in real life. And on his obituary stuff, and like his memorial stuff and all the advertisement that's going on because he passed away, and they're trying to get people to come to the memorial and all that. They're listing out that he had mental illness and all this stuff. And that ultimately that's why he made the decision he did that resulted in him not being here anymore. And it's a really sad thing and all that. But I'm a real kind of person. I try to look at things in real light. I've known him since he was like 16 years old. He's 34. I'm older than him by like 25 hours. And they're saying all this mental illness stuff. But when we were in school and we were hanging out and committing crime together and doing bad things together, because that's what we did, he was doing drugs. He was snorting pills and doing bad stuff like that. I've never done that stuff. Smoke a little weed, maybe do some booms every now and then, but never do pharmaceuticals or anything like that. He couldn't get enough. He was like, I bet I could take this whole pill bottle, da-da-da-da-da, because that's the kind of person he was. He was like, if the show Jackass was put into one person, it was him. He was always funny and trying to be around people and all that stuff, but he was also like, I bet I could shoot somebody and get away with it. I bet I could steal a car and get away with it. I bet I could do a whole pill bottle of pills and not die. He was always doing that stuff. And now they're like, well, he was suffering from mental illness. Yeah, maybe from doing all the drugs for 20 years. Like, that's, I don't know. To me, that's not the same thing. Being born with a condition and having to live your life with that condition, or maybe having an undiagnosed condition and in an older age you find out you have a condition and you're suffering from mental illness. I understand that. That's a real thing, and that's a problem. Being a drug addict for 20 years and then selling the story like he's suffering from mental illness, to me, just seems deceitful. It just seems untrue. Guess MJ, you hung out with Steve-O. More or less. And he was fun to be around when I was making bad decisions and stuff, but the entire time I knew him, he was making bad decisions. When I became an adult and I had paid my dues, I had gone to jail and had probation and did fees and community service and all, I did all that. Paid my dues and decided I don't want to be like that anymore. I wanted to earn stuff and have stuff and keep the stuff I had nice and protect it and take care of it and not let somebody come take it from me. And if something bad happened, I knew I had ground to stand on because I earned all that stuff. He was still out there doing bad stuff. You have friends that do bad stuff, you take on your friends' problems. You were the epitome of 5 of your closest friends. I couldn't have that anymore. I couldn't be friends with him anymore. I know him. I didn't have any bad feelings towards him. But now I'm seeing these flyers for his memorial, and they're like, oh, he had mental illness. No, he didn't. He had drug problems. He had making bad decision problems. But it is what it is. Thanks, Shanti. I appreciate all you hooligans and all that. And I am sad about my friend and the way he went. Because, we originally thought that he had died from OD. And we were like, dang, that sucks. We lost one of our own. But at the same time, it was like, that's what happens. You play the game. Eventually, you'll win the prize. It's like people who, have a girlfriend for a long time and then they have a kid and then they're like, oh, I didn't want to be a dad. Where'd you think that was going to go? You're out there banging and doing the horizontal shuffle. You might end up with a kid. That's how that goes. You make these decisions, you get these kind of results. And so when I heard that he OD'd, I was like, that sucks. But he walked that road. He walked that path. Then I found out that he went the way of like McAfee. And then I was like, oh, that doesn't feel the same. And that's terrible. And I felt bad about that. I still feel bad about that. But selling his mental illness, I'm so tired of the enabling. I'm so tired of the fake stuff. I'm so tired of selling everything in a different light than what it actually is. I like harshness. I like rude people. I like dark humor because it feels real. It lets you know you're alive. You feel your mortality. Like talking about those people in the sub that went down to the Titanic. Describing those kind of conditions reminds you you're alive, and that doesn't have to be that way. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of people you care about so you can continue to be alive. We forget about our mortality because we're on the internet. We live in a world where we can copy and paste, and if we don't like it, we can click the undo button and just go right back to reset. That's not how real life works, and we forget about that. We lose touch with our humanity because of social media and our electronics and stuff like that. Too much enabling going on in the world. Shanti, all of my friends are dead, pretty much, or in prison, and that's why I don't have friends now. I feel like that's just the way of being an adult. That's how it goes. Let's see. Cora, you have to account for your own actions. Yep, I agree. Now I'm going to make everybody leave. I get too real, and then people are like, I don't know if they feel bad about their own decisions or what, but that's usually what makes people leave. Tallahassee, I don't do fake people. I don't like fake people either. Like my friend Mello, he ain't scared to tell me when I'm putting on weight and stuff, and I appreciate him for that kind of stuff. He just tells you how it is, and I like that. He actually, he's moved away, and I'm kind of sad about it. It's like I lost my friend, but he's real, and I try to keep real people around me. It's easy to get gassed up and get off the mark. You need somebody to pull you back. It doesn't have to be in a hateful way, just an honest way. I appreciate people's honesty. What's up, Captain Seamus? Happy freedom. Yeah, I appreciate it. Anyways, hooligans, didn't mean to trap. I didn't mean to pull the vibes down. I just figured, we're hearing about the world's problems. We'll just put mine out there too. Why not? Anyways, we'll move forward to this next one, and I feel bad for Portland when I hear this. Artificial intelligence is set to answer Portland's non-emergency calls. Now, who is it to dictate what's an emergency and what's not an emergency? But I'd be damned if I call 911. I don't know if you guys have ever had to call 911, but usually you got like tunnel vision and stuff the whole time you're doing it. Have AI answer the phone, like, how can I help you? Well, so-and-so's bleeding out and the dog won't stop puking, and got a guy here with a gun and another guy here with a baseball bat. We need help. AI's like, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? No, couldn't be me. Couldn't deal with that. Here we go.
Not be a person on the other end of that phone, because Portland is testing out artificial intelligence to field those particular calls.
And this is because the city says that it's one solution as they also work to improve call response times. Jamie Seymour is digging deeper into these potential changes. What are you finding out about this, Jamie?
Jeff, Liz, this week they're testing out that AI automated answering. They're going to be turning it on for a few hours a day to field calls that come into the non-emergency line. But this isn't the only solution that's being tossed around right now. High call volume and limited staffing continue to hit Portland's emergency and non-emergency lines hard. And all kinds of options to fix them are on the table. That includes artificial intelligence, which is being tested out this week. When the non-emergency line is called, an automated attendant will answer those calls, and based on the answers, go from there.
The caller then calls 311. They get that AI attendant, and it's smart enough to know, okay, I'm going to transfer you to BOEC, or I'm going to transfer you to 311, or provide the information that you need right now.
Though the artificial intelligence tech would still need some testing before a full rollout, it's just one of the options given to the Portland city leaders as the city deals with slow call response times. Some say extra staffing won't stop the influx of call volume to 911, especially if it isn't an emergency. And instead, they need to educate the public on what is an emergency and what isn't.
We're just going to keep adding more work onto our police department, keep adding more work onto our firefighters. At some point, you can't fund it and they can't manage it.
As a part of the solutions being proposed, emergency communications folks want to route all non-emergency providers through a central dispatch of 311, which could lower those 911 calls.
It is projected that 311 could reduce BOEC's call volume by 180,000 calls, or nearly 17%.
But despite those options, some first responders are torn on how the new call system could work, especially if they're only sent to critical, high-acuity calls.
If we get to a place where our police officers are only responding to gunfights and murders and really, really difficult circumstances, we will have a gap that we can't fill.
City officials say for 311 to really work as a central dispatch, it'll need to be run 24/7. That's a stark contrast from its current Monday through Friday daytime hours. Reporting live in downtown Portland, Jamie Seymour, Queen 6 News.
Jamie, thanks. Two people who jumped.
Yeah, I feel bad for Portland. Got the AI answering the phone. It's no good. Like I said earlier, I remember watching Behind Enemy Lines in Portland live streaming as they were being attacked by Antifa. They were in a parking garage and they were in the car. They had the doors locked and Antifa had pushed dumpsters to all around the car, so then they couldn't see, out of the vehicle or whatever. They couldn't see what was going on beyond the dumpsters. And they were worried about being attacked, having like Molotovs thrown on them and stuff like that. And they called for 911, and there was holding music. There was like elevator music. They had to wait for someone to answer the phone, and when someone did, they were like, well, we don't know if we're going to send someone out or not. There may be someone coming to the call, but we don't know for sure. Like, no wonder people are shooting each other in Portland. Even the police don't want to show up. They just need a purge. We're getting to that point. We just need a quick purge. I think, just a few hours. I don't know. How many hours do you think we need? Just one day, kind of like the 4th of July. Maybe we'll do it on the 4th of July. Just a purge and just even everything out. Because these bad people are not being held accountable and the good people are just becoming victims. And the people who are saying they're victims are usually the aggressors. And the people who are actually victims don't want to identify as a victim. And everything's messed up. And I think if we just have a day of natural selection, the day after, everything will be a little bit better. After the cleanup and all that. What's up, Dark Star? Happy freedom. Miss Jamie, you think we need 12 hours of a purge? That's a long time to be purging. Nationwide purging. Cameron, the Trump era riots. That's a weird way to phrase it, considering it wasn't anybody on the red team. It wasn't MAGA people. It wasn't anybody who was a Trump supporter. It wasn't anybody that loved America that was rioting. It was communists and blue team. But it was during his presidency. Sure, crazy purge month. Oh man, people would start. We'd start pushing the line after a month. I even think 12 hours. You're gonna knock out all the softies, and then do you just stop? Or you just keep going? It's hard to say. There could be some casualties. It happens. Miss Jamie, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I don't know. You're gonna spend the whole night hearing people screaming. We won't get too descriptive in it. Anthony 311 Purge Day. Yep. That was another thing about that video is how do you know? I mean, I guess in certain instances it's obvious if you're in an emergency situation or not. But like I said, when you got tunnel vision, your adrenaline's going, you're like, is this a 911 call or a 311 call? Who am I calling? Hit 311, get the AI on the line. You just start cussing at them. They're like, I'm sorry, can you please repeat that? Destiny Gal, chat removed my post. Why? I don't know. I'm not seeing any posts removed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you're seeing that. It's not showing it on my end. Let me make sure everything's good. Now they got this whole menu on the side here. Leave me alone, menu. Wouldn't leave me alone. I'm not seeing anything. Alright guys, start typing the F word in the chat. Because it'll get blocked, and either I'll see that it's blocked or I won't see it. Now I can't even find that comment. I don't know. I can't find it now. Sure crazy it removed my post about Hunter. It must be YouTube doing it. Snooks isn't pulling your stuff down. Snooks doesn't even do that. She waits for me to go in there and throw the hammer. Freckles, that's interesting. Shapeshifters. Copious says, freedom. Get some frog. Come on now. You guys know what I'm saying. Maybe I can't see the moderated stuff. They keep changing it. Oh, there it is. Okay. It was turned off. Okay. I see. They were hiding the moderation stuff from me. Because YouTube keeps doing that. Kevin, if people are coming over, I better mop the floors. Yep. Destiny Gal, I can't scroll back far enough to see why your post was removed. If it was removed, it wasn't us. It was YouTube doing it. Yeah. Yeah. YouTube did it. Yeah, it wasn't us. I can see the flagged comments now. I couldn't. They keep changing the settings and stuff, and they don't. They may send an email, or it may be on the studio where there's a billion things to read, and there's just a little side note over here like, hey, by the way, we changed the settings on the chat, and then I don't know that it happened. On top of, I'm running 9 lives right now. Like a cat. Yeah, YouTube did it. What's up, Tom Tom? Happy freedom. You guys on Twitch, you can actually say the F word, and it flies. I think that's crazy, because you can't say the F word over on Rumble. Johnny boy, gotta love YouTube. I don't know why, but I read it 6 times as gotta love lube. And I was like, What? Did I say something? And I'm like scrolling through the chat. Did they say something? No, I just can't read. I just can't read. That's all that's going on here. Gotta love you. Gotta love lube. Snooks, are you able to see the flagged stuff? Yeah, true, crazy. I got flagged. J-Dog, going to the Trump rally on July 1st. Awesome. Heck yeah. Don't plan on live streaming if you are going to be taking pictures and stuff. Just save you the trouble now. You better off just recording video and stuff, because everybody that goes to those Trump rallies, there's just too many supporters. There's too many real Americans there. And every time you try and go live, it's all glitchy. It happens. I think it's all the phones. Snooks, you crack me up. Miss Jamie. Yes, it did. It did flag you. Snooks, you can see them now, but they weren't showing before. Yeah. Edward, what is this? What is this? I can't say anything you say out loud, because I never know. You know more than the average bear. More than the average hooligan. Sitting here sweating. It's hot. I don't know what that is, Edward. You're trying to trick me. The menu stuff is sticky over here. Whitewater. A day without KJP is like a day without sunshine and it's raining. I don't know. Thank you so much, Mike, for gifting 5 memberships over on YouTube. I appreciate you, Mike. Thank you. If you guys claim one of those memberships, make sure you thank Mike. That stuff is not free. Yeah, there's no KJP today. They're trying to space it out because she doesn't want to have to explain why Old Man Walter said, you know, God save the Queen, and she ain't even here anymore. KJP doesn't want to have to explain that. So they're trying to put some time out there because after so many days, people forget, and then she won't have to respond to those questions. We're going to move on to this next video titled California's New Legislation May Upend Capitalism in the U.S. I can't believe this nonsense. They say it's like socialism, but I think it's more like communism. Socialism is just the doorway for communism. But people who are soft and stupid don't realize that. That's why they're out there protesting. Take our gun rights away. Dictate what we can say. Just unaware that hate speech is free speech. Stupid. Let's get her started.
As California lurches towards socialism, new Golden State legislation could upend U.S. capitalism. Now that is a frightening headline, and it was written by Steve Forbes, who just happens to be with me right now. What new legislation pushes California down the socialist road?
Well, there are two pieces. Last year, they passed a bill effectively taking over independent restaurateurs in California. They put in a 10-member panel that can dictate wages, working conditions, mandate benefits, unless they join a particular union.
Is that, wait, it's a government panel saying, you got to do this, this,
yes,
and this.
Yes. So the restaurateurs got together and said, we're putting this on the ballot. The authorities in California outraged. Why should voters have a say on something like this? So now they're pushing a law through the legislature. You know, franchisors, if you have a McDonald's franchise, you own it, even though you have the McDonald's brand. Now they want to ban that in California, in effect, upend it, where you, in effect, are now a corporate employee of McDonald's, which means they can reach the deep pockets of McDonald's, they can do this, that, and the other thing. So what's bad here is sets a model for the rest of the nation. If California gets away with it, Washington's going to be fast taking over the auto industry and other industries. They don't have to take you over formally, as the socialists once thought. Modern socialists know you do it through regulation, which makes your life dependent on government bureaucrats.
That's very true. Now, that's the first piece of legislation. What's it? You've got a second one?
Yeah, the first one was that 10-member panel, which dictated. But then when the one looked like it was going to go on the ballot, the unions retaliated. They're pushing through the legislature now legislation that in effect says you're now going to be part of a corporation like McDonald's. If you have a McDonald's franchise, you're an independent business person. No longer. You're going to be treated as if you work for McDonald's. So they're stripping away independent businesses, going for the deep pockets of corporations like McDonald's, and no. They're getting away with it.
And
it's
that bullet
outrageous.
train, the $100 billion bullet train, still is not going to be built. And that's the way it is.
No, for first they got to build that railroad under the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, let's not forget that one. You can't forget it.
Some dictatorship going on. Saying if you own a franchise, they're going to say how much you're going to pay your employees and how much you're going to charge and this, that, and the other. I don't know. Banana Central. What they mean is hate speech. Wait a minute. They hate free speech. Therefore, free speech is hate speech. It's true. It is true. I don't know. So California is putting together a board to dictate private businesses and say what they can and can't do. They love communism. They love it. Kevin, A&W is better than McDonald's. I've had A&W in a long time. I was just a young hooligan back then. Dutton. Yep, those dictators. Nothing good. What's up, Suzette? Happy freedom. Ohio Kyle, making a bacon cheeseburger. I hope you brought enough for the class. I could go for a bacon cheeseburger right now. I think we're gonna have tacos today, though. We'll see. Pesky, we're effed here in California. It sucks. Everything that's going on the West Coast. Like, California and Minnesota have travel warnings because if you go out there on vacation or whatever, your kids can go become a shapeshifter and you can't say anything or do anything about it. Otherwise, you're considered it's considered abuse as a parent. Like, you know things are messed up when they got travel warnings like that. Shanti, your kid was strapped to her chest like a bulletproof vest. That's terrible. That's a terrible comparison. Ted, I just went to A&W the other day. See, I'm going to have to find an A&W. I think there's one in Manistee. It's like 2 hours from me or something like that. What's up, Bubba? Happy freedom. Ted, I love A&W cheese curds. I didn't even know they had that there. Alright, Snooks, I will. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom. What's up, William? Appreciate you being here. Al Capone got charged and did jail time over 200 grand, but Hunter Biden can hide over $1 million. The world's messed up. What is all of this? Yeah, this individual, they're getting banned. I can't even read that stuff. Do. Which button does this? Ban. You, sir, have been banned. Or whatever you are. The thing is gone. Truby Shoes in Delaware, they do background checks. I had to wait. Because of my criminal record, I usually have to go on a 4-day hold. But on the 4th day, they usually say I'm good to go. Nefties, can we say the F word here? Yeah, you can say that. You can say whatever you want on Odyssey. I don't think Odyssey bans anything. Rumble didn't, but now I know you can't say the F word. I don't know what else you can't say on Rumble. What's up, Lori? Happy freedom. You can't see the chat? Maybe no one's typed since you got into the chat. I know Twitch is like that. If you show up to a live on Twitch, it looks like no one's in there until you hang out for a while. So we're going to move on to this last video for today's Coffee with Hooligans. It's titled, Biden's electric vehicle agenda can't move forward without China. Oh man, Walter in China, they be scissoring on the weekends.
Hey, bud.
All right, let's get it.
A bipartisan group of lawmakers going to Detroit today to meet with the CEOs of Ford and General Motors to ask them why they are relying on Chinese technology to build American parts.
All we're doing is licensing the technology. That's it. And actually, it's exactly what the IRA was set up to do, because we're localizing production in America. Our engineers will be working with that technology, integrating it into our vehicles. So we will learn that technology.
Russ Vogt is the former director of the Office of Management and Budget. He joins us now live in studio. Russ, good morning to you. One of the things about this electric vehicle push is that a lot of the parts and the technology are made in China.
The entirety of the electrical vehicle agenda cannot go forward without China. And that's one of the reasons why the Biden administration has pushed it so much, and why they have an incentive to keep good terms with China, which is a country that we need to confront increasingly more. And unfortunately, our corporate leaders are part of that. You just saw that in that clip. They want everything to go on as it has for the last 20 years, as opposed to an economic decoupling that would cause corporate leaders to pause and bring things back on shore. And, you know, there's $430 billion that's sitting out there with regard to these EV subsidies that Congress passed as part of an earlier Biden bill. But it allows them to continue to work with Chinese companies as opposed to having a firm break from those.
Janet Yellen just advised against an economic decoupling.
And look, it seems like these car companies are talking a really good game, but why are these bipartisan lawmakers going there? It seems to me it all comes back to, when push comes to shove, will these corporations put long-term American interests over short-term corporate profits?
That's the question that everyone needs to be asking of them. And I think you're starting to see a bipartisan push. But the problem is that this Biden administration has the ability to set harsher rules to make it a black and white decision, and they have not done that.
I really quickly want to get this soundbite in from Antony Blinken yesterday. Listen to this.
We do not support Taiwan independence. We remain opposed to any unilateral changes to the status quo by either side. We continue to expect the peaceful resolution of cross-strait differences.
A lot of reaction coming in from Republicans on this one. Senator Marsha Blackburn wants to know why the administration won't stand up to bullies and stand for freedom. The White House would say that they are just reiterating their one China policy. What do you say about this? Should Antony Blinken have said that?
Look, I'm all for strategic ambiguity. The problem, the entirety of the trip makes it more likely that we'll have confrontation in the wrong way, as opposed to economic confrontation that would keep us from a military action and would prevent us in a situation from China taking provocative action because they believe that we're a strong country. And he's doing diplomacy for diplomacy's sake, and that's really challenging and it's really dangerous.
From just a visceral reaction, having worked in the Trump White House, having been around Donald Trump, when you hear a statement like that, what was your initial reaction comparing it to your old boss and what he would have said?
Well, we wouldn't be in this situation because China actually feared Donald Trump and took him seriously, and he
That's
had policies.
That's what Trump was saying on Bret Baier with the interview last night.
And he had policies that were incredibly serious. Sanctions. We were taking action against Huawei, Chinese companies. We would be banning TikTok by now. And so, at every turn of events, this administration has taken a weak posture towards China, and they're really just trying to do lip service.
Yeah, and now we were just talking about this before. This Wall Street Journal report about Beijing possibly planning a new training facility in Cuba, which is just 100 miles off the coast of Florida. So a lot of concerning things having to do with China this morning. Russ Vogt, thank you so much for joining us
Great
in
to
the
have you
studio,
here, sir.
no less.
I'm Steve Dusky.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Old man Walter and China go together like Taco Bell and diarrhea. I don't know. It's not good. I don't know anybody that's really fond of the EVs. I know they seem cool and they're four-wheel drive, but it seems like everyone that has one isn't that thrilled about it. I see a lot of people complaining about the builds and stuff, how it feels so cheap. Have such an expensive car and it just feels like cheap plastic. And then moving our country to a point where that's all you're legally allowed to have makes us very dependent on China. Do they not care about that? Why are you guys talking about Ford? What is Ford doing? They got, what is that called? The Mach 1 or whatever? The Mustang they came out with? I see those all over the place. Ted, EVs are just toys. Yep. Peyton, I'm guessing that there will be replacement batteries that don't require charging. New tech, Elon Musk knows. We'll see. We'll see. I know they're trying to build battery plants here and stuff, but I don't think we have the natural resources for it. China's the big mark on it, and I think the Middle East is also. They have an easier time putting those batteries together. Hey, thanks for being here, Impreza. I appreciate you. Kevin, I miss the 90s. Life was way easier. Dogs were dogs. Cats were cats. You didn't call a dog a cat because it wanted to be called a cat. I wish things would go back to normal. I remember saying that just because of mandates. Now we don't even have those. We just have like the psychological effect of being hate banged by the government for the last 3 years. Now everybody's just messed up psychologically and we all have to deal with it. Oh, somewhere else somebody was leaving and now I can't find it. Too many chats. Ted, hydrogen is the future. If they would let go of those patents, we'd already be on it. People come out with new technology all the time and then they just mysteriously disappear or wind up dead. Mark, I prefer lady dates. Me too. What is this? Oh, that's getting deleted. People are rude. Jeb, in the old days, we didn't have to put a litter box in the school bathroom for those that are cats. Yeah. Pumpkin, our government is mentally ill. That is a true statement. That is right on the money there. Well, hooligans, that's all the coffee I had for you guys today. I appreciate all of you being here. We're going to do the spiel deal, and we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. And drop these links in the chat for you hooligans. It is so hot. I feel the heat radiating off my shoulders and stuff. Might have to go grab those ice packs out of the freezer. Walk around the house with ice packs in my pockets again. Goodness, I'm not excited for that, I'll tell you. Here we go. Wham. When you guys get a second, please click on that Linktree link I just dropped in the chat. It has all of my links listed, so use it to go and find Gilded. Gilded is free and currently the best way to receive notifications for when and where we go live. Every time we go live. There's a news board on Gilded to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. And there's a ton of hooligans in there chatting around the clock for you to go hang out with, so definitely go join Gilded. Also on the Linktree, you can find links for the merch store if you'd like to grab some merch. We have shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and a bunch of other items for you to check out. Everything is displayed in black and white or white and black, but if you find something you like, just click on that item to see all the different colors that the item comes in. You can also find links for PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Stripe, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, and Locals if you'd like to help support what I do. There's also a link to the Amazon wish list if you would like to send me stuff. It's really easy to use. Anything you purchase directly from the wish list will be sent straight to me without having to find email or send emails, find addresses, or keep track of tracking numbers. It's really simple. And then finally, we have links to join the membership programs. We have memberships for YouTube, Gilded, Discord, Odyssey, Rumble, and Twitch. Then also at the very top, you can claim a free week membership for jeffmaclive.com. There's no strings attached. You won't be charged after your week is up or anything like that. But with a membership, you'll have access to a profile for our private social media area. You'll have access to our live streaming area with the built-in chat. And you'll also have access to our group chats and group pages that we have listed on the website. And you'll have access to our advanced messaging system with the ability to text, call, video call, group text, group call, group video call, and the ability to upload all digital media. So MP3s, MP4s, PDF files, all that stuff. Anything you would like to share or post on your profile, it's good to go. If you want to network or just show off all the cool stuff you do, it's all good. JeffMacLive.com is the freest place on the internet, so definitely go join up. All right, hooligans. You know what time it is. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It is so hot. So hot. I appreciate you, hooligans. I'll read through chat really quick, make sure everybody is good to go. And we'll be wrapping things up. We will be live playing the game later today, sometime between 8 and 10 p.m. We're still playing Fallout 4. I have a poll going over on the JeffMAC Gaming YouTube channel. Figure out what we're going to do after Fallout 4 is over. We could either get the DLC, play the DLC for Fallout 4 with Nuka World and Far Harbor. We could play Fallout New Vegas because I got that working correctly on the live. Or we could go and get Skyrim and play Skyrim. But either way, go check all that stuff out over at JeffMAC Gaming on YouTube. We'll be playing that later today. Like I said, sometime between 8 and 10 p.m. And then for everybody that only watches the news and stuff, we will be live again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for another Coffee with Hooligans. Let's see. Just reading through the chat really quick. What's up, Jimmy? Appreciate you being here. Alright, it's looking like everyone is good to go. I appreciate all of you hooligans. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership program, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I would not be able to do this without you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.